Hi guys, my name is Mfonobong Edem and you're listening to What's Your Story podcast. So I'd like to thank everyone that has returned to listen to this podcast. I would also like to thank my supporters. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate that. If this is your first time of listening to this podcast, you are welcome. So in this podcast, we discuss life issues, we share our stories. The whole aim is to try and improve our mental health. So I've heard people accuse others of trying to, disguise their bad character with the whole talk of, I am going through a lot. I have mental disorders. I suffer from personality disorders. I have anxiety. I'm depressed. And then people try to say, you're just trying to cover up your bad character by giving it a name. They also go as far as, calling these people attention seekers. So in my opinion, talking about mental health is not attention seeking. I don't know what you define as attention seeking, but in my own book, talking about mental health is not attention seeking. People die in silence every day due to this judgment. And then you hear someone say, I wish they spoke up. We actually live in a society that stigmatizes mental health. But I don't understand why we mourn suicide. And the worst part actually about having a mental health issue is that you are seemingly required to have a breakdown in order for people to understand how hard it is you're trying to hold yourself together. Like, you cannot look fine and then you tell someone, I'm going through a lot. No, they want to see it with their eyes that you are going. In fact, they want you to look like what you are going through. Everyone has different ways of dealing with issues. That has brought me to the topic of today. I'll be sharing 3 ways I improved my mental health. And I know that actually, different strokes for different folks, but it could help someone out there. The first one is try and talk to someone. It helps. It's the best. That's always been my first choice. Talk, and please don't just talk to anybody. Don't just talk to anyone. You talk to someone you trust. You are being vulnerable and you don't want to be vulnerable with anybody. You have to talk to someone you trust very well. And, you could just ask them to listen and understand, because I think it's important that you let the other person know that you just want to vent. Because most of the times I feel you don't even want advice. You don't need the advice at the time. Because last you save you go do it in your mind. Or I feel it's only advisable that you tell the other person, I'd love to vent. You could say something like, I had a rough day. Can I vent to you about something? Or you could say, I need some mental support. Are you in the right headspace for a conversation like that? Talking to someone calms you down. So I would suggest you talk to someone you trust. And before you talk to someone you trust, you have to build. You have to cultivate relationships in which, you can both be imperfect and loved. We have our phone lines. Our phone lines are open to that. I'm going to drop it in the description box. So if you want to talk to anyone, you could always call us and we'll listen. Please, talking to someone helps. It helps a lot. I had to speak with my friend when I was going through a lot. Initially, it was hard talking to someone about it because I wasn't okay with being vulnerable to that extent with someone else that wasn't actually my family member. So when she told me her own story, I felt, I just started spewing everything and I felt so much better. I would encourage you to talk to someone about your problem, someone you trust. So the second one is try and avoid unhealthy coping mechanisms. When you're going through a lot, the first thing that comes to your head is, how am I going to solve this quickly? Your head is like, I need a very quick fix to this. And quick fixes may work at the time, but in the long run, it doesn't help. one of the unhealthy coping mechanisms is isolating. We have self-harm, we have substance abuse. All these unhealthy coping mechanisms, they don't help. I tried isolating once, and it didn't turn out well. I think you should practice healthy coping mechanisms, and one of the healthy coping mechanisms include meditation. Although it hasn't worked for me, I used to try meditating, and I just close my eyes and try to do the whole meditating thing, and the first 2 minutes I'm like, okay, I'm concentrating. Then the next minute I'm hearing Idola Balaba, give me your hand and shoulder. So it's like it's hard for me to concentrate. If I'm meditating, I make sure it doesn't go past 2 minutes. Meditating doesn't work for me, so I do more of journaling. I have notes from when I was suicidal. I have notes from when I was trying to have my life put together. I have notes from when I was down. I think I have notes from almost everything. I write a lot when I am feeling down. If I'm having a mental breakdown, I put it into writing, and it helped me tremendously. It really, really helped, because before I started talking to someone, it was journaling that was helping me. I do plenty of journaling. I write down everything, and sometimes I read these notes and I'm like, damn, this should be a New York Times bestseller, because I was this. On a normal day, I can't put my words together. I have to, if I'm writing anything on a normal day, I have to rewrite, and it takes lots of rewriting. But just somehow I tend to, deliver my notes when I am going through a lot. So I recommend journaling. Journaling works I think it would really help those that don't have anyone to talk to. If you don't have anyone you trust so much, you could, if you don't have someone you can be vulnerable with, I feel journaling will work. Okay, so another coping mechanism I would recommend is listening to music. I actually, during my LUT phase, I did plenty of music. I listened to plenty of music. I listened to R&B. I listened to Afrobeat. I didn't listen to reggae. I listened to hip hop. I think I listened to rap. Yes, NF, and from NF to Sam Smith. I did a lot of music that time. And the third one, the last one, I would say you should practice mindfulness. Yes, practice mindfulness. Learn to manage your thoughts and learn to manage your feelings. Sometimes we often get caught up in negative thinking without even realizing it. So I would suggest you're intentional about shifting your mindset to positive thinking. Don't believe everything you think. Do not believe everything you think. And most importantly, I think gratitude. Practice gratitude too. Gratitude kind of it turns the little you have into abundance. It also increases happiness. So those are the 3 ways that I improved my mental health, my mental well-being. So please, if you are going through anything at the moment, if you're not feeling your normal self, I would suggest, please, although I'm not an expert, but I would suggest you try to incorporate those 3 practices into your life. So there's this quote that says, if you never heal from what hurt you, you bleed on people who didn't cut you. I would like you to reflect on today's question. Are you happy? You don't have to answer that question right now. You don't have to answer it right now. Maybe at night when you're on your bed thinking about life. So my name is Mfonobong Edem. and this is the happiest year of my life.